one Saiyan royalty to another, this is the Clash of Kings. After parts 1 and 2 of What If Goku and Vegeta Wished Their Tails Back, our two Saiyans would part ways for the time being. Goku would clash with Broly and ascend it to a new Super Saiyan state. This would be our introduction to Super Saiyan 4, while Vegeta is currently about to fight against the king of planet Sadala. The king surprises Vegeta by becoming a Super Saiyan 3 himself. Apparently something happened to the Saiyans of Universe 6 in the past 2 years that triggered this insane growth, as the king mentions that they'll talk about all of that after the battle, and so he would ask Vegeta to also bring out his strongest form. Vegeta would oblige and unleashes the initial wave of Ultra Ego, but catches himself before completing the transformation. No, this just wasn't it. He has to go back to his Saiyan roots and discover a new strength, or he'll never be able to beat Beerus or Frieza. As always, fellas, I highly recommend watching the previous parts as well as the prequel, as they are instrumental to the context of this video. Parts 1 and 2 of What If Goku and Vegeta Wished Their Tails Back will be linked down below in the description box, on the screen, and in the comments, so be sure you go check those out if you haven't already, and then come back to this video. But without further ado, Vegeta had just stopped himself from completing his Ultra Ego transformation. Every Saiyan in the vicinity was surprised, even Prince Sadala couldn't contain his excitement. "That was so cool," he shouts. The king hears his son's words and laughs. "So why did you stop, Vegeta? What's wrong?" he asks. "Nah, it's nothing. I'm just trying something new," Vegeta replies. Having said that, he instantly unleashes his own Super Saiyan 2 state and their battle commences. The king has the edge, but Vegeta knows that it can't last. The Super Saiyan 3, that is, it simply expends way too much power for it to be useful against someone who is just simply stronger than you. Sure, Vegeta was only using Super Saiyan 2, but unlike the king, he had seen way too much war and battles in his own lifetime. Even if Kale and Caulifla shocked everyone with their fusion in the Tournament of Power, right here, right now, on planet Sadala, everyone could instinctively feel that this guy Vegeta is transcendent. But the one who could feel it the most weren't Saiyans like Kaba and Caulifla and Kale, who had already seen him fight before. No, it was the king. Without even using his God Ki or Ultra Ego, Vegeta was still strong enough to overwhelm everyone in his presence. "What's wrong, king? You seem out of breath," Vegeta asks. "Even if Kaba had never told me anything about you, I would have known, Vegeta. We have lived very different lives, but I won't concede. If you want to end this battle, you'll just have to knock me out," the king answers. For some reason, the king's answer resonated with Vegeta's very soul. His mind instantly goes back to when he saw Beerus step onto his father's head, when Frieza tormented his entire race, when he first lost to Kakarot. Everything that's happened since then, and even what's gonna happen next. How he will soon surpass both Beerus and Frieza. Vegeta would grin. "Very well then, you've earned yourself a defeat," he states. "Who said anything about defeat? Listen, Vegeta, you are strong. The strongest man I've ever seen, but if I allow myself to give up, even for a mere moment, I will have forsaken my own Saiyan soul," the king declares as he lets out another wave of energy. He wasn't done yet. Vegeta laughs and proceeds to humor the king. Normally, a Super Saiyan 3 gradually starts to wear down as the battle drags on, but somehow King Sadala was different. His tenacity and focus just kept getting sharper and sharper, or to put it in simpler terms, he was still growing throughout the battle. This sort of back and forth fight continues for a few more hours until it's finally dusk out. Vegeta's tail, which was wrapped around his armor until now, suddenly tingles. Everyone else would notice this as well. "Damn it, why do you guys have like 7 moons?" Vegeta screams as he begins to transform into the Golden Uzaru. Being completely surrounded by moons with no obstructions in sight, there was almost no way for him to escape this moonlight. "Well, whatever, it's not like I can't control this transformation. I'll just explain the situation later." They all begin to step back as they witness the emergence of this massive beast. What is the meaning of this, Prince Vegeta? So you have your tail, the king asks. Wait, what? How do you know about the tails? Vegeta says before his Uzaru transformation completes. Now he was a singular monstrosity, standing tall in front of all of these civilized Saiyans, waiting and ready to test King Sadala with the full extent of his own Saiyan powers. Meanwhile, back on King Kai's planet, Broly has just woken up after taking a nice 5-hour-long nap. He looks around all confused, wondering if he's still in some weird dream, and that's when Goku appears before him with, of course, a mouthful of food. The only thing increasingly unusual about this is how he's still in his Super Saiyan 4 state. Oh, hey Broly, so what do you think of my Super Saiyan 4? Goku asks, but Broly just wants to know the whereabouts of Chile and Limo. Goku goes completely pale for a minute as he recalls how they still might be on that random planet where he dropped them off on, so he quickly goes to pick them up. One look at these guys and you can tell that they are not in their best condition, probably from the harsh environment of that planet that Goku just dropped them off on, but nonetheless, no one's hurt and Broly is pleased to see his buddies again. While Goku asks King Kai if there's a space or dimension where he and Broly can fight freely, "The hell are you asking me for when you have Whis?" King Kai sincerely replies, and that's kinda touche. And before Goku could even appropriate his reply, Whis has already appeared before them. "Wow, you are speed," Goku says. "And you, Goku? You look completely different now," Whis replies. "Yeah, I know, right?" Goku affirms. Whis then takes them both to the Nameless planet where the Tournament of Destroyers took place. It seems like Goku's a fan of this spot considering how he had a great time during the Universe 6 vs Universe 7 tournament, but he still asks why here? Why not just go to the hyperbolic time chamber where Frieza got to train for 10 years? So Whis replies, "Do you remember what happened the last time Broly went all out? Him and Gogeta momentarily shattered the boundaries of the universe. Which means that you guys have already moved past the stage where you could just enter the hyperbolic time chamber and train. If you were to do that now, you'll just permanently mess up that dimension and well, we can't have that." Whis would excuse himself after saying this, leaving both Goku and Broly all alone on the Nameless planet with no food whatsoever. Goku looks around, notices the lack of food and life around them, pauses and says, "Well, can't be all bad, right, Broly? At least we got a little bit of moonlight shining." Oh shit. So while Goku deals with that again, going back to Vegeta, his Golden Uzaru transformation was a major surprise to everyone. But just like how they were surprised by Vegeta, Vegeta was also taken aback by the king's words. "Hey, why do you know about the tails? I thought the Universe 6 Saiyans just didn't have them," Vegeta asks. The king hears this, leaves the ground, and flies up to Vegeta's face. "Now that I take a closer look, what happened to your ear, Vegeta?" he asks. "Forget it, a guy that I hate ripped it off. Anyways, tell me more about the Saiyans of this universe. Just what the heck happened?" Vegeta states. Never in his wildest dreams could the king have ever imagined that he'd be having this conversation while looking a literal Uzaru in the face, but alas, here we are. "Alright, I'll answer your question. But first off, the Saiyans of Universe 6 also used to have tails. It was a long time ago, long before me or any of the other Saiyans on this planet were even alive. We used to be a ruthless species, warriors who stopped at nothing to achieve their goals. This ultimately came back to bite us in the back because one day, a wizard who foresaw his death by the hands of a Saiyan beast gathered these magical orbs and wished for all of our tails to be purged away. I wasn't so sure about the authenticity of this story. I thought maybe it was just a legend and Saiyans never really had tails to begin with, but seeing you and your transformation, Vegeta, confirms this. We had tails as well, but we were deprived of them. It may have happened a few hundred years ago or 1,000 years ago. I don't know, but I'm glad that I was able to confirm the authenticity of this legend because now it can be passed down to every Saiyan on this planet," the king states. Vegeta would listen silently and idly, hanging on to every word the king says. Of course the Universe 6 Saiyans have a history as well. That's what he thinks, but then he wonders what would have happened if they still had their tails. Would they have been more like the Saiyans in Universe 7? I mean, who knows? Vegeta notices that the king is already coughing up blood from having used the Super Saiyan 3 transformation for so long. He realizes this has gone on far too long already and that it's time to just end this for good now. He begins by trying to revert himself back to his normal stature, but gets caught off guard by a sudden wave of inspiration. This sensation. What is this? Just how much higher can we get, Kakarot? Vegeta laughs to himself as he also begins to transform. Meanwhile, as chapter 3 of What If Goku and Vegeta Wish Their Tails Back comes to a close, we would see on a distant planet that an old wizard is awaiting his conjuring to come through, and who could possibly be more optimal of a pick to dispose of a very troublesome Saiyan with a tail now than the most decorated assassin in the entire multiverse. If you guys did enjoy part 3 of What If Goku and Vegeta Wish Their Tails Back, definitely be sure to leave a like down below. We're shooting for 3K likes this time, and I know you guys can get that done because in parts 1 and 2, those cleared the like goal in the first 24 hours. So I have complete faith in you guys. So much faith actually that I'm gonna go ahead and start on part 4 right now. So if you guys did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down below, because if you are contributing to that 3K likes, you can rest assured that part 4 of this What If is gonna be happening a hell of a lot sooner than later. But anyways, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.